During their drive home, Talia was in a daze. She couldn't believe that Alpha Damon held her so gently. It seemed something she would never imagine as possible, but it happened. The only indicator that they arrived back home came from the loss of heat when he let go of her hand to open the door. Talia watched Damon as he walked around the car to reach her side. She placed her hand into his when she exited the car, and just as his heat seeped into her palm, he let go, reminding her again that the magic disappeared. Something stuck in Talia's throat and she couldn't speak. The sound of Stephanie's voice from the kitchen caught Talia's attention, and she moved in that direction robotically. Damon said he would work from his office, but she didn't respond. She couldn't. Talia reminded herself that she knew it would be like this. She signed up to hold his hand and give him company, but it didn't seem convenient to do that in front of others, so she needed to suck it up and focus on what mattered. Kitchen, Stephanie, learning things, independence. Yes, independence. Because only like that could she become her own person and not rely on others for a roof over her head, food on the table, and even for holding hands. Before entering the kitchen, Talia took a deep breath and schooled her expression.
Make sure there are extra towels. The bed sheets need ironing before you put them on.
Stephanie spoke to 3 Omegas and then noticed Talia.
Hi, dear.
Stephanie's sight moved to the top of Talia's head.
I see you had fun.
It took Talia a moment to realize she still wore the headband with kitty ears on it. She swiftly removed it.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Talia hoped that Stephanie wouldn't ask where the headband came from because Talia wouldn't know how to explain other than the truth. And she knew it wouldn't seem appropriate to say that she went to an amusement park with Alpha Damon. Well, maybe Stephanie wouldn't think much about it, but those 3 Omegas appeared new, and knowing how popular Alpha Damon seemed, Talia didn't want to antagonize them. Stephanie stifled a laugh at the sight of Talia, who clumsily tried to hide the headband behind her.
There's nothing to apologize for.
I heard you talking about some work. Can I help? Talia's eyes darted toward the 3 Omegas who stood at attention. Talia had a bad experience in the Red Moon Pack, but this marked a new beginning, and Talia hoped to start on a good note. To Talia's surprise, Stephanie rejected Talia's offer.
The work's almost done. They can handle it. You can go and rest until it's time to start dinner preparations. We'll have a few extra hands tonight because guests are coming.
Stephanie glanced at the Omegas.
Any questions? If not, go and do the work. Let me know when you finish.
3 young women scurried out of the kitchen, leaving Stephanie and Talia behind. Talia craned her neck to make sure the Omegas moved out of earshot before asking,
Guests are coming for dinner?
Stephanie confirmed.
A total of 6 people, so we're preparing 4 rooms for tonight. First guests will be here in about 3 hours.
Talia's heart raced, and she hoped that Stephanie wouldn't notice her anxiousness. Part of her feared that someone from the Red Moon Pack would come and recognize her, but she thought that if that happened, Alpha Damon, Maya, or Caden would warn her, right? However, even if the guests didn't come from the Red Moon Pack, Talia still felt uneasy. She didn't know how to deal with new faces in the pack house. What would she say if they asked who she was and what she did there? Talia herself felt unsure why she lingered in the pack house. Because Alpha Damon asked her to stay? That didn't sound convincing, and Talia wouldn't dare to say that she shared a bed with him for the last 2 nights. Talia's instinct told her to hide in her room until the guests left, but she really wanted to see the fair, and that meant she needed to step out of her room.
How come they're coming today? I thought guests arrive tomorrow for the summer solstice. Most of them will be here tomorrow, but some come in advance so they can rest properly before tomorrow.
Stephanie clarified for Talia.
2 teams that have games in the morning are here, and 2 more are on their way. They're staying in the common buildings. No one knows if they came early to rest or party, but that's normal. After all, chances to spend time in another pack don't come often, and they probably treat it like a vacation. I see.
Talia didn't worry about the teens. Her concern related to the high-ranking werewolves who would stay in the pack house.
Stephanie, is there advice you can give me about these guests? I mean, these people who will be in the pack house? Should I stay out of their way or something?
Stephanie felt surprised by this question, and she understood that Talia didn't feel like she belonged here. Well, Talia arrived just a few days ago, and considering that Casey already created drama, it seemed no wonder that Talia felt insecure about having guests. Stephanie didn't understand why Damon didn't listen and give Talia accommodation with other Omegas.
They're normal people, just like everyone else. You're with us now, and this is your home. I know it can feel overwhelming because you're new, but no one should give you a hard time. Those who come earlier hope to spend more time with Alpha Damon. Managing a pack involves a lot of politics, and without collaborating with others, no one would go far.
Talia relaxed a bit at these words. Of course, they all wanted to have a good relationship with Alpha Damon, and that meant they would behave and not bully anyone, Talia in particular. With nothing much to do, Talia went to her room. She embarked on a mission to read the book that Dr. Travis gave her. Maya, how soon can you come to my office? Damon's voice sounded in Maya's head through the mind link.
I'm in Darkburn Town Square. I'll be there in 10 minutes,
Maya responded. She supervised the decorations for the Summer Solstice Festival, which would be held the next day. Maya checked the time, and she felt surprised that Damon and Talia returned already. Considering the sync-up they had in the morning, Maya assumed they would be away for the day. Sure, guests would arrive in a few hours, but Damon never seemed one to welcome them at the doorstep. The guests would trickle in during the day, and Stephanie or Maya would welcome them and show them to their rooms, and Damon would join them for dinner. Unless a meeting got scheduled, Damon didn't bother with entertaining guests, no matter who they were. Maya wondered why Damon called her to come to his office. Why didn't he say what he wanted through the mind link? Maya arrived in Damon's office shortly.
Yes, Alpha?
Any updates? Maya smiled.
Everything's per schedule.
Damon made a face. He knew that festival preparations stayed on track. You know I'm asking about Marcy. If Maya didn't manage to postpone Marcy's visit, the bride-to-be would arrive tomorrow morning, and Damon hoped that Maya managed to pull a miracle out of somewhere. Maya smirked.
You know you can rely on me, Alpha.
Damon released the breath he held. How long?
9 days.
Great. Damon felt like a big burden fell off his chest. When this festival ends, you and Caden can take a few days off. Pick a location and I'll book a hotel for you. Maya felt like the sun became brighter by a few notches. She loved to travel.
All right. I'll talk to Caden and let you know the location by tomorrow evening.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.